Sneasel, do you smell that fear in the air?
Yeah, I thought that was just you. I thought that was just how you smelled.
We're going to look at every top card across every single set in Scarlet and Violet era. We're going all the way back. So this is also a great opportunity for you to learn all the top cards in every single set so you know what you're looking for. This market is scared. It's a good time for you to buy some cards or just buy some packs because even the packs are down. For example, 151 packs, now $10.17. That includes shipping, so these are about a $9 pack. These are the lowest these packs have been since December. Over 900 of these packs sold on TCG Player over the last just few days. We are seeing 151 now showing up on Walmart shelves, so the price is going down, the market is getting flooded. But once that supply dries up, these prices are going to go right back up. Let's start at Journey Together. Lily's Clefairy, $213 card. The highest this card used to go for, $340. That was right at release. No big surprise there that this price dropped. This card is a nice card, but it is a very easy card to get. There are currently 65 Lily's Clefairies on the market right now, and what that tells me is this is a lot easier card to get than a lot of the ones we've seen in the past. Everybody was mad at Prismatic Evolution's hit rates. You can't have good hit rates and super expensive cards. It's just not how it works. If there's more easy hits, you're going to have more cards in rotation and the price is going to be lower. But there's a lot more going on in the market than just what we see here. Umbreon has no right to be falling as hard as it is, and this is why I'm saying this Pokemon market is in decline. We're going to see this across the entire Scarlet and Violet era set. $1,323 at its very tippy top peak, $1,789. So this has fallen pretty dramatically. If you're asking me, and this is of course not financial advice, Castman, is now the time to buy this Umbreon? I'm still going to tell you no, because there are more and more prints coming of Prismatic Evolutions. I think this price will continue to drop. This card is selling at these prices, but not that much. We are at the all-time low, so I would normally say, yeah, sure, it's a good time to buy, but because there are so many reprints coming, I think hold off on picking up this Umbreon EX. Once the reprints happen, I think this price is going to keep going lower. We saw Journey Together, we saw Prismatic Evolutions. Let's go to SVO 8. This is Surging Sparks. The Pikachu here has taken a dramatic fall. If you look at that graph, all-time highest price sold $660, now down to $372. Guys, we had a big boom of all the people who got into Pokemon Pocket TCG flooding the market. And now a lot of those people are leaving. Most people don't stick with these kind of hobbies for more than 6 months to a year. Demand is starting to wane, but also a lot of other stuff is going on in the world that could be affecting this price as well. A lot of people are being a little more cautious with their money right now. They might not be dropping $600, $700, $800 on a Pokemon card. Surging Sparks is still in its print window. That means there will be more of this printed. So should you be picking this up at 371? We're looking at an all-time low here for the Pikachu EX. If you want to pick up one of these, maybe that's an okay idea. If you want to pick up, maybe a card from this list here or there, I think that might not be the worst idea. But if you want the safest play, I think maybe you avoid this because there are still more being printed. There are 158 of these on the market right now. Hey, that's quite a bit. Here we go back in time even a little more. The Squirtle, and guys, if you've been paying attention, I have been telling you that you gotta keep an eye on the Squirtle. You gotta keep an eye on the Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown. I knew these cards were gonna be the top cards because they are the iconic characters from this set and their special illustrations. You have the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur and the Charmander as well that are a complete set if you put those together. Here at $70, you could have got this card actually at $25, which would have been an insane buy. But as you can see on the chart, this has fallen as well. Highest price it ever sold was $113. Now at $70, that's looking pretty enticing to me. Stellar Crown is also still very in its print window, so there will be more of these hitting the market. Here we are again, another situation where I told you, keep an eye on the Persian. It's going to be the top card of the set. Same with the Squirtle. It was not the top card of the set at the time I talked about it, and now they are because these are the original 151 Pokemon. It's really that simple. Now you got to keep in mind this is from Shrouded Fable. A lot of people aren't after Shrouded Fable, and that's for a good reason. The top card here at $55, it's not a very high value set. Now I hear you asking me the question, Castman, I don't know. This is a lot of information. What do I invest in? Where do I even start? Let me make it a little easier for you. If you're going to invest in these Pokemon cards, you want the top card of the set. When people look back in time, and we're talking about holding these cards for a while, adding them to your collection and just hanging on. Because when people look back at these sets, they're not going to look at the secondary, third, fourth, or fifth card in the set. They're going to look at the top hit. What's the top hit? That's what we're looking at today, are just the top hits in each set. And 5 years from now, there's going to be so many Pokemon sets that people are going to only say, what do I remember from Scarlet and Violet? The Pikachu, the Bootychu, the Greninja, the Umbreon EX. That's what people are going to remember. So many people churn through the hobby. So the retention's not there. You got to think about that. So if you're going to invest, if you're going to take your hard-earned money, put it into the top cards or put it into the sealed product. But that's only for those of you who are interested in the investing side. Having a full collection of, say, 151, the full master set, would be a phenomenal investment, a beautiful thing to own. Let's get back to business. The Persian, $55. Shrouded Fable, that's your top card in the set. There he is, Greninja SV06, your top card, $343. The highest it's ever sold was $480. We're not seeing a huge dip for this card. At one point, it used to be worth just about $300. So at $343, not a bad price for this card. The dip is not that bad, but there is still a dip with this card. And we are seeing it across this entire market. This is normal market behavior. So don't freak out if these prices are going down. This is just how it works. Let's go back to Temporal Forces, SV05. We're almost all the way back to the beginning of Scarlet and Violet era. $99.99 for your Raging Bolt EX, the top card in Temporal Forces. I'm not a huge fan of this card, but there are a lot of cards in Temporal Forces that are worth at least $50 or above. Quite a few. But overall, I think it is a solid set that is a little undervalued right now. Highest price this card ever was $160. The lowest price was $85. Still a market downturn, and we're seeing a lot of people buying this card at these prices right now. And you know what they know? They know that the print window is starting to close as we look at these sets in SV05 and below. And I'll let you know what's going on with it, but SV05, it's still in its print window, but a lot of people are ahead of the game and they're buying this right now. And I think that is a pretty smart play. Bubble Mew, now we are looking at Paldean Fates. $325 for this card. Highest price, $475. Lowest price, $254 for the Bubble Mew, a fan favorite and also iconic card from Scarlet and Violet era. Maybe one of the top 3 cards in this entire set, but we do see that the price is starting to falter pretty harshly for the Bubble Mew. So something we've noticed as we've been going through Scarlet and Violet era is that the more expensive the card is, the more likely it's taking a bigger hit. Bubble Mew all the way down from $475 to $329. SV04, we're down to $103 for the Garudon. All-time highest price, $153 for this card. Lowest price, $60. Down, down, down she goes. Where she stops?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That's right, Sneasel. That's right. I do think a lot of this market downturn is external forces not related to the Pokemon company specifically or what's going on in the Pokemon world. It's a little outsider influence. I don't particularly love Paradox Rift. It might be my least favorite set in the whole generation just because it's so much focused on these futuristic type Pokemon. That's just my personal preference. Here we are, another specialty set. Yes, folks, there are specialty sets. Specialty sets don't necessarily fit along so well with the mainline game, the game on the Nintendo Switch, Scarlet and Violet, of course, the name of those games. So these are little one-offs. 151 is a one-off. Charizard, $225. The highest price this ever sold for was $379. Dramatic fall for this big, beautiful dragon. It's a sad thing to see Charmander taking such a big dip and continues to dip farther down. Or it's a great opportunity for you to pick this card up. Now, guys, I think part of the reason that this is falling so much is because 151 is still hitting the shelves. It's still being able to be found in Walmarts and other stores. But as we go through these last 3 sets, the reprint window is closing or has already closed. SV03, Obsidian Flames, Charizard. Here he is. This is the biggest card in the set, and it's only $65. Highest price, $150. This is actually looking pretty tasty to me. For a very long time, this card was going for like $40. Here we are sitting at $65. Just back in January, we were at $90, and now we're down to $65. That's a pretty big dip, and it is a very enticing play right here to pick these up. There are currently 220 on TCG Play right now. That's a pretty big amount of cards to be in rotation. But if we are truly, as so many people say, out of the reprint window for SV03, and below, so everything from here on out no longer printed. If that is truly the case, then I think this card might be undervalued at $65. Here he is, the big fish in the big pond. It's Magikarp, $239. Only 131 of these in rotation, so half of that Charizard that we just saw. This is another of the iconic cards from the SV series, so I don't think you can go wrong in owning this card. Just in March, this card was selling for $300, and now it's $240, so $60 have been shaved off of this card. If you're really into Pokemon investing, you're gonna need to be looking at the market right now is a good time. Could it keep going down? Yes, absolutely. But it is a great opportunity right now. Maybe you buy on the way down if you're looking at collecting all of these big hits from the SV era. And here we are at the very beginning of SV era. The Scarlet and Violet era began with this set, and the Gardevoir EX is the top hit in this set. $87 was its all-time high price. It's not in print, guys. This is not a set in print. Just this week, 60 of these cards sold, okay? There's only 166 on the market right now. As more people start to realize you're not going to be able to get this card anymore, that price is going to go up. But right now, it's dropped. It's dropped. It's following the pattern of the entire market. But in that last dip, a lot of people saw an investment opportunity. They said, I'm going to get these cards at $50 because I believe in this product. I think Pokemon is going to be around forever. I think this price is going to go up over time. As less of these are on the market, more people are holding them in their collections. More people are just keeping them for themselves, or they're lost. You know, there's so many ways that these cards can end up out of rotation. There you have it, folks. That's every single top card all the way through Scarlet and Violet. If you found this video useful, if you learned something, if you feel a little better about what you want to do going forward in this Pokemon hobby, subscribe down below. Remember, you were there when it all started, baby. I'll see you in the next video.
In this galaxy, we'll ride the tide.